Well, good morning. I'm in a spot that I don't really have any history with. It sets up good for a southeast wind, and that's what we're having, is a southeast wind right now. I'm right on the edge of the swamp and the hardwoods. I'm willing to shoot a doe here. And this year I actually have a turkey tag, so I can shoot a turkey also. And I've had a lot of turkeys on camera. Not that I'm targeting turkeys, but I'm going to sit back here and just kind of observe this spot. There's a lot of trails that come out of this swamp. This might be a better evening sit, so I might come back here later this afternoon. This hardwood is mixed with a lot of cedars and oaks. A lot of acorns are dropping. Hoping something comes through to munch on some of these acorns. Got a trail right in front of me, about 10 yards. Kind of close, but this isn't the exact tree I picked out when I scouted this, but I'm about 50 yards off from where I originally wanted to set. But that's okay. The wind is in my favor, so maybe this will work. I don't know. But it's nice to be in the tree again. This is kicking off my 2025 season. So, here we go. It's coming this way or not. Squirrel's going nuts behind me. It's about 8 o'clock now, and those does I saw were probably close, if not underneath the spot I was going to originally go to. So it goes sometimes. Yeah, it's about 50 degrees this morning. Real comfortable, real calm. Winds are supposed to be out of the southeast. They're blowing a little bit northeast for me this morning, which kind of worked out because those deer came from the north end of the property. And then they just kind of worked slowly towards the swamp here. I'll give this a couple more hours and come up with a game plan for tonight. I don't know if I'll sit here tonight or dive in deeper. Just shot a doe, guys. Looks like I center punched her good right here. Holy cow. First day out. Not bad. There's another doe right here. She ran back that way. Hopefully she expired really quick. Wow. Dude, that happened fast. Alright, man. Doe down, I think. That looked like a good shot. There had been like 6 deer that came in right in front of me. They got behind some trees, so I tried to go over my bridge to get a weak side shot. So they caught some movement and they all scattered. 2 of them came up right next to me, about 15 yards. So I froze and they kind of calmed down, and the doe turned and started circling back to where she came from. Punched her right here about 20 yards just past this down tree. There's some meat for the freezer, boys. The deer is still around. Look at this. There's a deer right here. There she is. All right, got my stuff down. I'm gonna walk over where I shot. Right over here by this down tree right here. It looked like a good shot. Hopefully she didn't go far. There's my arrow. Oh yeah, it's definitely a good hit, I think. She ran kind of that way, I think. Don't think she went straight back. The swamp is right here. I'm just gonna mark this spot. I'm gonna go drop my gear off. That way I don't have a bunch of bulk and heavy stuff with me. Get my deer cart, bring it to this spot, and then look for her. Judging by that, I don't think she went far at all. Alright, back at the arrow. I'm gonna leave the arrow here, but I'm gonna stand it up. Pull it out of the muck here. Definitely a complete pass through. I'm gonna leave that arrow right there for now. I believe she went that way. I don't think she went straight back, but we're gonna look for blood right here. As I started to track this deer, I didn't find any blood except for what was on the arrow. I was checking some of the tracks that were entering the marsh, but it's been so dry lately it's hard to tell which track was my deer or not. By this time, I started doing a grid search, hoping to find this deer before it reaches 80 degrees by that afternoon. Even found a few beds in the marsh and kicked up a few deer. I continued my search well into the afternoon, but unfortunately I could not find this deer. Well guys, I think I'm not going to find that doe. It kind of sucks, but I zigzagged through that whole marsh. No blood. No bloody beds. I kicked up like 3 deer, but like I said, no blood. I think that deer either survived or I took a 5-mile hike. Pretty much going to call it a day. Try again tomorrow.